Hey YouTube, Keno here. This is a video that I wasn't going to do. I've been asked to do it, so I've done it. It's regarding the London silver price fix end on the 14th of August this month, which is a few days away. I was asked my opinion, so I'll share them, but it's not something I'm paying a lot of attention to or I'm worried about, and I'll get to that in a minute. So what is the silver price fix? What is it? It is a collection of banks. It's a collection of banks. They get together each day at 12 o'clock noon GMT London time and basically fix the price, lock in a price based on supply and demand. The banks involved are HSBC, Nova Scotia and Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank are leaving. I'm not going to go into the reasons why they're leaving. There's all different ones out there. I'm not interested in all that. The end story is that it's ending. The London silver price fix is ending on the 14th. What does the silver price fix do? Well, it sets a price, locks in a price at 12 noon each day for miners to sell their silver at, and for silver that's used in industrial purposes, jewellery, electronics, people like us buying bars and coins. From what I've been reading and what I've always thought is that the London silver price fix is more of a benchmark. It's not a law. It's not set in stone. The actual price of silver is determined by us, people like us. You know, we're a small part of the market, but big companies, small companies, individuals buying and selling silver, it is based on supply and demand. Now, if the silver price fix was set at 12 o'clock noon today and 1 million people decided that they're going to go out and buy loads of silver an hour later, the price will go up because there'll be higher demand for it. No matter what the silver price fix was, the price will go up because there is more demand. And the same if 1 million people or 1 million of us stackers decided to sell all of our silver later on in the day, the price would drop because there will be less demand for it. There'll be more silver and less demand. So the price is basically set by us. It is set by supply and demand. These are just my opinions. I'm not saying this is what it is. This is just what I've made of the situation. So the price would go up or down. It goes up or down depending on buying, selling, supply and demand of silver. So where does that leave me with the silver price fix ending? What do I think is going to happen? Not a lot. I'm not expecting a lot at all. You know, a lot of people are saying it's going to jump up. People are going to say it's dropping. It's going to drop. Now, from what I've been looking at, you know, I don't think it's going to jump because there's always going to be someone with an insight into this. You know, a few people, you know, with a lot of money or big investment banks, things like that, are going to know, are going to have an insight into whether the price is going to jump or drop. Now, the fact, if the price was going to jump, I mean, people would be buying silver. People a lot more informed than me. People who know an awful lot more than me would be buying silver. And that would mean the price would be going up as we speak, and the days up to August 14th. They're not. The price is going down. No, not a lot, but it's gone down. It's some of the lowest that I've seen it since I've been sacking. So that leads me to believe that, well, there's two options. People are selling, I don't think they are, or people are not buying. Now, I think that is, they're just waiting to see what happens. You know, they're waiting to see what happens. So I don't think there's going to be a massive price jump. I don't think there's anything to get excited about or worried about. I don't think that if it was going to jump, then people would be buying, as I said, a lot more informed than me, and they're not buying because the price of silver is not going up. So I'm not worried about it. Do I think you should be worried about it? I don't think you should be worried about it. I think that, you know, once the silver fix ends, I do think there may be some manipulation there, but it can only be limited because, as I said, the price is not really set by them. It is set by people buying and selling silver, the supply and demand of silver. If it jumped up £5, spot price jumped up £5, it would mean a lot more people are buying silver. If it dropped £5, it means a lot less people are buying silver. So, yeah, I'm not worried about the silver price fix. I think when it ends, I think there might be a bit of turbulence. You know, people, as I said, are waiting to see what happens, and they're just waiting. I think they're waiting. It's in my opinion, which is why the price has dropped a little bit. And once they're gone, I think people are going to get on with it. You know, people are going to be buying and selling silver the way that they always have been, and the way that, and they'll continue to do what they've been doing for many years. and I don't think that it's going to. It might level out at a certain point. It may go up a little bit, down a little bit, but it's not. It's not going to jump or drop, in my opinion. It's just going to level out, and there'll still be the same fluctuations that you see on a daily basis in the spot price, depending on the supply and demand. So yeah. My thoughts on this is, I'm not worried. I don't think you should be worried. I don't think you should be excited either. I'm not excited. I think you're probably going to see a bit of turbulence, as we have. You know, this is ending. It's been in place for 100 years, setting the silver price for pretty much most of the world, or setting a benchmark, as I like to call it, because silver price goes up and down despite what they do and what they set. You know, silver demand goes up and down. People buy and people sell. That's what determines the price, in my opinion. So I'm not worried. I'm not going to be trying to stock up or get rid of my silver. I'm just going to wait and see, you know, what happens. And I do think it's going to be, there may be a fluctuation up or down. It's not going to be tens of pounds. It's going to be pence. And I think, if anything, it can only be the same. I think much of the same, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. Because, you know, they set the price at something at 12 o'clock. The price is up or down by 4 o'clock. So it just shows that they're not really, you know, they're not really, I don't think they're needed anymore. You know, in the global world that we live in now, you know, it's, you know, back in the old days, you might have silver was worth a lot more. The silver price was fixed in London at £10, say, for argument's sake, and it would take a week to get to America to say, look, the price might be £14 over there. You know, so it's basically just been a way to sort of level out the playing with the silver, and I think that silver will level itself out anyway. And I think we're about the right price at the moment. I think it's worth more, and I could go into inflation and everything else. You know, I think that's going to be the killer when we have big problems with economic situations in countries like America and Europe. I think that's when you're going to see the big price drops and the big price jumps, or whatever. You know, and the price of money. You know, you're printing more money so you can buy, more money to buy silver, which is inevitably going to drive the price up. It's the same with anything. That put the price of a telly up, you put the price of a loaf of bread up. So, but that's another video. So yeah, my thoughts. Don't worry. Just wait it out like everyone else. See what's going to happen. Still buy your silver. Still sell whatever you're doing. Do what you're doing, because I don't think the London price fix really affects anything. I think, you know, we affect it as buyers and sellers of silver, and big companies, industrial, affects it. You know, the jewellery affects it. This, electronics affects it. That's it. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is Kino. Goodbye.